Hey guys, I hope you all are doing well. So I'm live on Facebook for the third Tuesday now to discuss around again how an abundant mindset works and how there are endless opportunities that are awaiting you if you're able to attain an abundant mindset. So before we go to that, the last two Facebook lives that I had conducted were all about how attaining an abundant mindset can help you out to grow more in your lives, how you can get to know that, having a more abundant mindset, that you're attaining that currently the mindset that you're working out of is an abundant mindset or it is a scarcity mindset, and how you can come out of that. And in the second live I had discussed majorly around that how attaining a growth mindset or an abundant mindset or a seeking mindset can help you get more money in your lives, and how being in the scarcity mindset is what might be keeping you poor until now. So that is what I had discussed in my two Facebook lives. Besides that, I have been putting in a lot of videos as to the tools that you can use to attain a more growth mindset and how that would help you out in your lives. And there are numerous posts that I've put in, but I have decided to come live on Facebook so that we can discuss in person again, and we can address issues that you might be facing in your day-to-day lives. So that's what I am here for. Thank you so much for joining in, Saurabh, Anita Auntie, Selva Bhaiya. Thank you. Sakti Meena, thank you so much. So I'll continue that the exact topic that I've decided to keep today is very much relevant to a lot of people around me, because in the last few weeks, what I have seen is that there are people who have been speaking a lot as to how they are not getting enough opportunities in their lives, and how they are, sometimes what happens is that instead of seeing where we are going wrong, we try to put down the reason as to why we are not able to do well onto the other people around us, or the circumstances around us. For example, we can say that due to this COVID situation, I am not able to think of as to how to go out and make more out of it. I'm just not getting enough opportunities. Or sometimes you try to put the blame on people around you. It may be your own family that they are not supporting me. It may be the your neighbors, that your neighbors are too interfering, and that's why you're not able to work on your own business idea. And there might be innumerable reasons which you blame upon. Sometimes you start blaming your own self, that I don't possess enough skills, I don't possess enough talent, that's why I'm not able to do well in my life until today. So what happens in course is that sometimes what happens that when you keep on blaming other people, and when you try to put it down on people, you forget that there is one thing that is working, that might be working against you, and that is your own mindset. So mindset plays a very important role in a person's life to determine as to how that person would behave in particular situations, and would he be able to see more opportunities alongside or not. So it's very key for a person to actually identify as to what is the current mindset that he or she is operating out of, and to focus as to how he can attain a more abundant mindset if scarcity is what is leading him so far. So today's topic that I have decided is exactly around it, that how attaining a more abundant mindset ensures that you see more opportunities all around you, and how working on those opportunities would ensure that you make improvements into your lives. So that's the topic that I've decided to put on to today, because of the same reason that mindset plays a very important role in determining how many opportunities we would see in our lives, or we would be able to even see opportunities or not when they are right in front of us. So let me give you three very important and very basic rules, or not exactly rules, three ways as to how, if you're able to attain the right set of mindset which is leading you towards growth, would be able to help you to see more opportunities. So are you ready, guys, for the the three very simple rules that I'm going to tell to you guys? So I can see more people have joined. Thanks for joining in, Gaurav, Vignesh, Rachna, Deepak Chotani. And I'm so glad that you people have joined me today in this live. So I'll continue. So the three rules. The first and the very important way in which having an abundant mindset can help you out is that if you are holding a growth mindset, you are open to trying. You are open to learning and trying out new things. That's the key. That's what the key for look for being able to see so many opportunities all around you. Now, what do we mean by trying and learning? So, what happens now that since our childhood, as we grow up, we, I mean, our parents, most of the parents, do not generally encourage their children to try out whatever new thing they want to, or to learn out new skills which would actually help them become better in their lives as they grow up. Somehow we are seen from just one lens, through our parents' eyes or through our schooling system when we are very young, that attaining good marks in school is the only way you would be seen as, being successful in your life, and that's the only way you would be able to find out more opportunities to grow in your life as you grow up. But I believe, on the contrary, that that's not the only way you can get the maximum out of your life. How that works is that as a child, if you encourage that particular girl or boy to look out for new things to learn and try to explore as to what is the thing that is interesting him, only then don't you think the child, or even as a grown up, you would be able to find the right thing that you are loving doing the most. What if you're just stuck in one job maybe, or one business, or just in one area of your life, and you believe that I'm just not getting enough? I mean, how does that suffice? Don't you think that there are so many opportunities lying out there? It's just that we have to try and try and try new things until we find out the right thing for our own self, which we actually love doing and which we feel that is giving us the most beneficial results or the most positive results. So that's a key. I mean, you always have to be open to learning and trying out new things, because what you're doing currently is not the only thing that you're capable of, and secondly, that is not the the total potential that you could reach in your overall life. So it becomes of prime importance for you to be open to learning and to be open to trying out new things, and you would be like, surprised as to how many opportunities were waiting out for you. It's just that you were not aware of those. So it has happened with me as well, that when my coach said to me for the first time that write a book, I did not believe him, because I just did not know that that opportunity was lying around for me. I mean, I did not believe it at all at that point of time. But when I actually started writing it, via that book, new ideas started coming to my mind, that why can't I start posting in videos around the content which I'm putting it in my book to reach even a larger audience much beforehand. I mean, much before my book comes into the market. So this opportunity was also lying there, but for with me for so many years, but I had not explored that I had it in me. I don't know. I mean, it's not I would not say it was fear that was stopping me. It's just that I was not even aware that this opportunity lied ahead for me. And now, what has happened after I've realized it is that there are more people who are getting impacted, and I mean, I'm able to impact so many more lives. So, that's the benefit that I've got out of, realizing and trying out something new. I didn't know if it would work or not, and I still don't know that, it is working out to its best efficiency or not. But yes, I'm trying it out because I want to, and I feel that this would give results in the coming future. Second, I mean, this is a way which if you are able to, incorporate into your life, you would start seeing massive results, and you would start getting flooded with opportunities all around you. I mean, wouldn't it be great for you to see opportunities all around you? I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So we have Tanshi and Chandani Bhavuk Jaggi who have joined me. Thank you so much for joining in. So I'll go to the second way that I was about to tell, and that is that you need to find out ways to work along with your competitors. Yes, it's very important that if this point would, be very much relatable to the specifically budding entrepreneurs. What happens is that when you're just starting something now, you tend to start seeing your competitors as enemies. You start seeing them as people who are trying to steal away your customers, who are into the market only to degrade your own business idea. But you forget, or you tend to forget the very basic thing, that those are also people who are trying to build their own market, and who are also trying to get in a certain number of customers to purchase their own product or service. Now, where does this, enmity stem from inside of us? Why do we feel that those people are trying to steal our customers, or they are trying to, not let us build our own market? Is because we believe that if they get customers, we would not get customers. If they taken all the share of the market, there would be no share of the market left for us to take. But we forget one basic thing, that life is not a zero sum. If one person is getting in a few customers, that doesn't mean that we lose on to our customers. I mean, I read it somewhere in an essay which said that you need somewhere around 1,000 true following fans to build up your own business. So, don't you think that from a population of billions in the world, you just need 1,000 true fans to build your own business? So, instead of seeing the competitors as enemies, why not see them as people who are trying to build their own market? Instead of focusing only as to how the competitors are trying to take away your market and how you can snatch those very customers which they are trying to take away from you, why not focus on the strengths of your biggest competitors, that learn from them as to how they are capturing the market, learn from them as to how they are focusing or how they are targeting the audience to get so many customers, how they are building their own business, how they are able to get more customers, how they are able to build a better product or service in the same niche as you, how you can learn from their success. I mean, instead of considering your competitors as your enemies, see them as the source of your biggest way you can get in more opportunities. Because if you try to learn from your customers, and if you try to see how differently they are trying to do things which you are not currently being able to do, what you can do is that you would get so many great ideas as to how they are building the market. That is one advantage from learning from them. Second, the even a better advantage that you can get out of your customers is try and talk out to them if you can work along with them and build onto a joint venture. How that would work is, go to your competitors instead of ignoring your competitors or fearing your competitors. That's the worst way actually, because if you're ignoring your competitors, you would never be able to know that in the same area of work which you are planning to build, how well they are doing and what are the mistakes that you might be committing. So ignoring them or fearing them is not a good idea, because if you fear them, probably in the fear of that you would stop your own business, and that would not help you in any way. So instead of fearing or ignoring your competitors, what you can do is go out and talk to them and see if there's a possibility for you to start along with them a joint venture. Now, how that would work is that if you are able to bring out your own unique strengths and you are able to leverage your competitors' strength alongside, you both can together build up a system which would be so much better than you both would individually be creating. So that would bring out a lot more opportunities for you as well as your competitor in the long run, because now you're working together and you're bringing together a lot of strength from both the parties, so that would benefit both of you. So that's very key to get more opportunities in your lives. It's very important if you're able to really realize it, that they are not bad people. Your competitors are not doing some bad work. No, they are also into the market for the same reason that you are into the market, because you want to serve some set of customers, and probably they are also out to serve the same set of customers. So what if you work together to serve those same customers, because that was what your end objective for starting that particular business was. And if you're not interested in going out for that, then try to learn as to how they are doing things differently so that you can implement it in your own business, and alone you can build your own business bigger, because there are customers which your competitors are not serving as of now, whom you can serve. So the whole objective of having an abundant mind is to look at that somebody else getting some customers doesn't mean that you won't get it. Again, as I said, life is not a zero sum game. I'll explain it better with the third point that I'm coming out to. The third point, I mean, it's again very important, but I mean, not many people are able to actually implement it in their lives, and it leads to a lot of people actually failing in whatever they are doing, and they are, they end up as frustrated or envious people. It's so the third point that I'm coming out to is really that important for you to be able to see more opportunities in your lives, and that is that you have to celebrate other people's successes. Yes. So it's very contradictory to human mind, which generally tends to look at other people's success as you tend to become envious. You tend to feel that why is the other person succeeding in life and I am not able to. I am putting so much efforts. You start comparing yourself to others, and you tend to focus so much on the other person's success, that you get obsessed by it, and that's the only thing you can think about. I mean, what you do is that you try to start comparing, and it's very natural for a human being to compare his own work with the other person's work, and it is not bad until it reaches a stage where what happens is that you, instead of focusing as to how you can improve your own work, you only focus on how you can degrade the other. How could he be successful? You start becoming jealous of the other person. Instead of celebrating, instead of seeing that wow, he has succeeded, you start seeing it in a way that now he has succeeded, this is so bad, how will I succeed now? I mean, he snatched away all my customers, he snatched away all the people, now there is nothing left in the market for me to do. When you start seeing yourself that way, there is nothing that can stop you from going towards scarcity. That's a very very big red flag that you need to realize that you are leading your mind towards scarcity now. Now it's not any more abundant. Now it's not thinking on lines of that, what if he got more customers, it's okay, there are so many more customers still lying ahead for me. So it's very important for you to celebrate others' successes. For example, let me explain it to you again in the form of an example. How it works is that, let's say you're searching out for a job, and you are looking out for a specific position in a company that is to be opened in a few days. Now what happens is that there are two ways in which you can look at this situation. The first person would look at it this way, that there is only one position in this company that I so dearly want. If I don't get it, that's it. That's the end of my life, because again this situation would not come up in my life back. And what happens is that I feel that if my friend gets that position into the company now, it would be at my expense. Then I would never be able to get another position similar to this in my life ever again, and it'll be not worth living. This is the first way in which a person can look at the situation. The second way to look at the same situation is that I say to myself that there is one position in this company that I so dearly want. If I get this position, well and good, I will do my everything to get this position. But if in any case I don't get it, there are other opportunities which are lying ahead for me. If my friend gets this position, I will be happy for my friend while still working for other opportunities that are still waiting for me. There's a very small difference between these two thinking, that the first one thinks it's the end of life and there are no more opportunities. The other person is happy for his friend and feeling that I can celebrate my friend's success alongside I can look out for a similar position in another company to get a job again. Now that the very exact opportunity may not be available to you again, but similar opportunities which maybe at that point of time you're not seeing as something that would help you out, but they would also help you out in the coming future. It's only about you changing your perspective. It's only about you realizing that the other person getting the job is not at your own expense. I mean, it's not that the other person has got the job so you won't get a job again. No. I mean, it's like that life is full of so many opportunities and so many resources. Yeah, guys, so my last live ended abruptly due to some connection issue. So, as I was telling, that you sometimes tend to focus on other people's success and you try to get envious out of that, and you forget that it's really important for you to see that there are so many growing opportunities out of looking at other people's success rather than feeling envious of that. So another way, being happy for other person's success and actually celebrating the other person's success and focusing on him, and encouraging the other people, or the organizations to be more successful in their lives. How it can help is that you can come into their limelight, or you can come into their eyesight. And how that will help you out is that you would be able to attain more opportunities if they decide to collaborate along with you. So if they decide to work along with you and build onto a joint venture, or maybe they try to give you some form of a mentorship, it can help you out. It can help you out in getting so many more opportunities again which you were looking out for, and you would be able to get so much more out of your lives again. So these were the three very basic rules that I wanted to discuss today as to how attaining a more abundant mindset can help you get more opportunities which you might have been missing on to until now because you were operating out of scarcity. And I would reiterate that the three ways that I've just discussed are that you have to be more open to trying and learning. Second, you have to learn to grow with your competitors. Third, you have to celebrate other people's successes. If you are able to, do these three things, you are bound to succeed. Nobody would be able to stop you from succeeding. So it's as important as that. So with this, I would like to end the session for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. And I'll come up with more such insights as to how a growth mindset is imperative to your success. Till then, take care. All the best.